Welcome to the Midlife Edit, the podcast for women who are navigating the beautiful, messy, and sometimes sweaty journey of midlife. This isn't about a crisis, it's about an awakening. Join me, your host, Jen Weinstein, as I dive into all the things no one warned us about: hot flashes, brain fog, strength training, hormone balancing, and figuring out who the hell we are now. With a mix of expert insights, real talk, and a little humor, because if we're not laughing, we're crying, right? The Midlife Edit is your go to space for embracing this season with confidence, strength, and balance. Whether you're trying to lift heavier, sleep better, set stronger boundaries, or just remember why you walked into a room, this podcast is here to remind you midlife is not the end, it's just an edit, and you get to rewrite it your way. Hit subscribe and let's tackle midlife together, one episode at a time. This is the Midlife Edit. Let's make it a damn good chapter. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Midlife Edit. So, I'm not coming into this episode today with any kind of script or agenda. I'm just showing up as I am today. I'm tired, overwhelmed, but I'm trying to understand it all. So, if you felt this way too, you're in the right place. Today is a solo episode. It's not going to be a long one, but it's going to be real and raw and honest. And if I'm being completely honest, I didn't even think I was going to record today. I am currently sitting in my bedroom with no bra on, no makeup on. It's raining outside. It's 9 o'clock at night. And if you know me, you know it's already past my bedtime. But I figured, you know what? Someone may need to hear this today, or this may resonate with the right person at the right time. So here we are. This episode's about mental health and hormones, and honestly, hope. And I say hope because I hope it helps me. Listen, there were days recently where getting out of bed felt like a win for me. The fatigue was so much deeper than tired for me. It was almost like somebody pulled the plug on like my entire body or like my entire nervous system. And honestly, fatigue isn't just physical, right? I mean, we talk about being tired all the time, but do we talk enough about what it does to our emotions and how emotionally tired we are? You know, sometimes I just get emotionally tired after doing nothing. My mind is just racing and I'm just done. Um, these past couple weeks, I felt very overstimulated by the smallest, littlest, tiniest things that just drove me nuts. Whether it was somebody clicking a pen or that new noise that all of a sudden my husband was making that I'd never heard before. It's just those little things. I was just overstimulated. And then when I'm overstimulated, and me personally, it comes out as like angry or annoyed. I've been waking up already tired. Doesn't matter how much sleep I'm getting. I'm exhausted when I wake up. And overthinking. Listen, I am the queen of overthinking. So even when I was resting, my mind wasn't, and I was thinking about everything I should be doing, everything I haven't done, everything I might be doing wrong. And that's high functioning anxiety, right? That's the high functioning anxiety piece. I look fine. I put a smile on my face, but inside it's just pure chaos. I'm overthinking that I said something wrong to the wrong person, or did I not do this correctly, or oh my gosh, my husband looked at me this way. Is he mad at me? You know, just silly, stupid shit like that. These past couple weeks, I've just been really feeling it. You know, the emotional exhaustion comes with physical exhaustion too. And I was just physically tired. If you know me or if you've known me for the past few years, you know that my favorite thing is getting up in the morning and going to the gym. It starts my day out right. I get a good workout in, and I haven't even wanted to get out of bed to do that. And that's just like, I'm like, what is going on with me? Why am I so tired? So honestly, uh, it's perimenopause. I mean, come on. I know this. I preach about it. I talk about it. I do the research. I tell everyone about these symptoms. And then when it happens to me, I'm like, what is going on? Am I sick? No, like I'm going through it. You know, my mom always used to call menopause the change of life. I'm going through the change. And I always hated that when I was growing up. Like, it made me feel like ick. Now I kind of get it. I kind of get it because not only is your body changing, but your mind's changing. You know, this week, this week in particular, the brain fog in my head has been so crazy. I can't even remember what I did in the morning. Or like, did you ever want to have one of those times where you drove somewhere and you're like, how did I just get here? Like that weird like brain fog, that has been real. Um, and just the exhaustion and the irritability. The irritability is just I'm like, I was doing great. Everything's going good. I'm walking along, and bam, the wall hits me, right? The perimenopause wall just hits me in the face. So I know that I'm dealing with things like high function anxiety, like constant mental noise in my head, or always planning, or always fixing, or always worrying about something, or anticipating something bad's going to happen, and trying to be productive to like outrun the feeling of failure, or feel like I'm falling behind, like, oh my gosh, I should be doing this, or I should be so far ahead. But now, again, hi, I'm talking to you all the time about this. I have to stop and realize, like, why do fluctuating hormones make this worse? And then I know, when I actually sit and I think about it, when your estrogen drops, your serotonin drops. When your cortisol's out of whack, your brain is wired for survival. So if your cortisol's out of whack, it's thinking survive, survive, survive. Don't focus and just be peaceful. So you feel like you can't calm down or catch a break, but it's not your fault, right? It's not my fault. So what am I doing? Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and I'm telling you I'm being raw and real and honest. Honestly, I've got to be doing some things, right? So I ordered an Everlywell women's health test kit. I just took it today um, because I've had a hysterectomy and I don't have a menstrual cycle anymore. I was able to do all my tests in one day. So I sent that in today. So I will keep you posted on the results, but it tests for 11 different things, different biomarkers, estrogen, progesterone, DHEA, all that stuff. So I'm very curious to see what happens when I get that back. Also, I'm in therapy and I have no problem talking about that. I think that it's something that used to be so hush hush and oh my gosh, only crazy people go to therapy. Now I feel like you're crazy if you don't. Just kidding, kind of. But like, it's been so great for me. And I've tried therapy before. I've tried therapy a whole bunch of times before, and I never found the right therapist. The right therapist, she's great, but she also teaches me to take the accountability that I'm doing this work on my own. She's my tool, but I'm doing the work. So I do DBT work, some IFS, some internal family systems work, but I'm working on sitting in my shit and being okay with it, if that makes sense to you. Like, we especially in midlife, we're always busy, right? We always feel like we should be doing something. We don't give ourselves a chance to breathe or take a break because we're thinking about the next thing that we need to be doing. My biggest problem is sometimes when I take a break, I think about the past, or I think about guilt or anger or me. I have to sit and think about all the stuff that's going on in my head. And that was really uncomfortable for me for a very long time. But with therapy, I have learned to be okay and forgive myself and give myself grace and set the boundaries that I need to set in my life and take care of me, because when your cup is full, you can't put anything else in it, right? You need to be able to take care of yourself to take care of other people. And it's so stupid, or I don't want to say stupid, I apologize, but so cliche, but it's like the airplane, the mask on the airplane thing, right? You have to put it on yourself first to be able to help somebody else. You've got to do that in everyday life. So one thing that I am doing for me is I'm doing therapy. And in therapy, I'm learning to do breath work, and I'm learning to journal, and I'm learning to have all these different tools so that when I do get like this, or I am faced with, do I relax or do I keep doing something? I'm able to choose. I'm able to make that choice and be okay with it. It's helping me spot patterns and slow my racing mind and release guilt that I have, so that I'm not laying in bed thinking about something that happened in 1994 and oh my gosh, is that person still mad at me? It's helped me stop seeing rest as weakness and started seeing it as survival. Like, yeah, you got to take a break sometimes. So another thing that's helping me cope throughout this whole thing is I have a great support system. Even when days where I just want to yell at my husband for no reason, he is my support system. He's my rock. Um, and you can ask him about his algorithm lately on Reels when he's scrolling through, but he's listened to me so much that he takes the time and he's looking at things like adult ADHD and perimenopause and things like that pop up on his reel. So he's really trying. He's understanding a lot more. Not that he wasn't before, but now he understands a little bit more of what I'm going through. Every time his ears get itchy, he always says, "Oh, I think I'm having sympathy symptoms," which, especially if you're in you're one of those moods, you're just like, shut up, you don't get it. But it's funny. It's important to have people in your life who don't expect you to be quote unquote on all the time, right? Find yourself a friend, a partner, a mom, a sister. And if you don't have anybody, I can be that person. Listen, I have the Midlife Gains Club. It's a club on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Nothing to it. No cost. Come in there, join there. Just watch for a while. Shoot me a DM. I can be that support system for you because I know that not everybody has a great support system. So reach out to women because we're all going through this. Like it or not, every woman is going to go through perimenopause and menopause in their life. Symptoms may look different. Some may deal with it better than others, but we all have to do it. No choice. It's just what our bodies do. So we should be lifting each other up during this time and not putting each other down and not talking shit about each other, and just being there for each other will make a world of difference. And then another thing I'm doing is I told you, Everlywell testing, but also sometimes to get answers, you have to start by asking questions, right? So whether it's your doctor or this really great thing called the World Wide Web. I mean, I know you can't always believe everything that you read on the internet, but there are a lot of really great, useful articles and websites and tools that you can learn about these things. There's message boards on everywhere that you can get in touch with people and ask them if they're feeling the same way. Obviously, if you're going through something physical, you should always reach out to your doctor, but you can get a support system by doing things like that. Another thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give myself permission to pause. I have to remember that this season in my life is not about weakness. It's about learning what my body's going through, giving it grace, and dealing with it, right? It's forcing me to look at everything I used to power through, and I'm learning now to pause and listen and not shame myself from needing rest. I'm struggling with it still, not going to lie to you. It's really hard for me just to sit down, especially when I am, I have that high functioning anxiety where I want everything to be done the way I want it to be done. I don't ask for help. I just assume that people know, especially, and I'm talking about in my four walls here, when I come home from work or whatever, my family, where I just expect everybody to know what needs to be done and I don't ask for help. But if I do ask for help and they don't do it the way I do it, I get frustrated and I do redo it again. Like, it's just like a never ending battle with myself. So I'm really trying to learn to give myself grace on that. I'm used to doing, I'm used to pushing through and crushing to-do lists and being productive all the time. And this season's really humbling for me because the season is forcing me to say, slow down. You can't do it all. You want to, and you're trying, but you can't. And it's okay to ask for help. So, instead of doing 7 days a week of intense workouts, just going to walk for 2 days a week and still get my exercise in because I think that that's really important for me. I think it's important for everybody, but something for not just my physical, but my mental health. I know even when I don't want to get up and go to the gym, I know that when I do, I feel so much better. You know, saying no to things that drain me. So if it's somebody asks me to go somewhere and I know that the day that comes up, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. I really need to start saying, hey, no, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm busy at that point, whatever it is. I need to start doing less so that I can be more. You know, I don't want to be frustrated all the time because I feel like I'm the only one doing the housework. I need to ask for help. And it's again, it's very humbling because us as midlife women, we feel like we have to be doing everything. You know, whether you're a mom or you're not, whether you're a high-powered career woman, you know that you feel like you have to, if you don't do it, it doesn't get done right, you know? And we just need to stop with that narrative. It's so hard because we've done it all, most of our adult lives anyway. And we need to start giving ourselves some grace and start doing some things for us, right? Things that we want to do. Um, Learning to sit with myself and deal with the issues in my head has been challenging, but also very rewarding. Knowing that I can sit with myself and forgive and smile or cry, but deal with the issues that I've been dealing with probably my whole life, It's time. It's time to take care of me so that I can take care of everybody else, so that I can be that person for everybody else, because I can't be that person for everybody else unless I start with me. Um, Other things that I want to try to do, I have a confession. I love energy drinks. Sugar-free Red Bull, especially the new flavors. I know I sit here and I just had a 5-week thing on Midlife Nutrition Made Simple, right? And then I'm telling you, I love energy drinks. I know they're bad for me. I know it's probably in my head, so I've been cutting down on those, almost to the point of none, but it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough. So I'm gonna reduce those a lot. I'm gonna reduce caffeine in general a lot, and I'm gonna add some more gentle movement. Maybe I'll start yoga or do like a hot yoga class. There's a hot yoga studio down the street from me. Maybe I'll try that out. Not saying that's easy. I'm just saying it's different gentle movement that I do right now. Saying no to unnecessary stressors. And I'm going to do some mindset work around productivity versus rest. Did you ever have one of those days or weeks where you felt busy but not productive? That's how I have been feeling the past couple weeks. Not all the time. But for certain things, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy all day, but what did I get accomplished? You know, that's being busy and not productive. So I'm going to really try to work on that and see the patterns and see when I'm doing that and kind of call myself out on it. Look, we talk a lot about hustle, and I'm not going to lie, I love hustle culture, but no one talks about the hormonal potholes that hit you in midlife and how rest sometimes is the most productive thing that we can do. So, when your body or your mind is telling you, when it's signaling you that you should rest, listen to it. You know, you can still hustle. You can still be that career woman, that great mom, that great sister, that great aunt, that great woman that you are. You can still be that. I promise you'll be that even more if you listen to yourself and give yourself a break and give yourself some rest. Um, Listen, join the Midlife Gains Club. Let's talk about it in there. Listen to your body. Listen to each other in there. Let's or look, if you're not comfortable posting in there, send me a DM. Ask me questions. I love talking to you guys. You guys have been so supportive through my podcast. This was on my vision board 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I made a vision board of all these different things that I wanted to do. Probably 2.5 years ago now. I wanted to get healthy, wanted to lose some weight. I wanted to become a personal trainer. I had all these things on my vision board, and this podcast was the last thing that was on there that I hadn't done. And I took the leap and I started the midlife edit. And I am so thankful that I did because I've met so many amazing people, whether it's my guests or my listeners. You guys have been so awesome. And, you know, by me doing this solo episode just now, like as I'm talking about this, like I already feel better and I have a smile on my face now because I know that there are other people out there feeling this way. But I also know that, like, even though we may not know each other, we do. And we're in this together. Let's lift each other up. Let's empower each other. If you're in the thick of it like me, if you're emotional and you're tired and you're not sure why you feel off and it's so freaking frustrating. I'm here to tell you, I see you. You're not alone. I'm here for you. It's not the end of your spark, it's just a shift. It's a shift that deserves compassion, but also curiosity. Ask the questions, find out the answers. It deserves community. It deserves people that lift you up and not bring you down. I've talked a lot about a lot of different things so far in these episodes of the Midlife Edit. We've talked about strength training, we've talked about mindset, we've talked about nutrition. We're going to talk more. Not trigger warning, but warning to all of you that have kids and you listen to this podcast. In a couple weeks, I'm going to talk about libido and sex life and why it's different in midlife and how we can change that or make it better if we need to. But there's so many more things to talk about than just this stuff. We can just talk about life, and that's why I'm so thankful for this platform, and I'm so thankful for this community who has opened me with open arms and have listened to these episodes, and the guests that have been on have been amazing, and I'm just so thankful for all of you. Speaking of guests, next week I have a wonderful guest who is a midlife business strategist. She has 20 plus years in leading and mentoring, and I'm so excited to have her on. So make sure that you stick around next week for that guest. But for this week, I promised it wouldn't be long. I really appreciate you listening, because honestly, sometimes all we need is somebody to talk to. And right now, all of you were my someone to talk to. I appreciate you. I am thankful for you. I hope that you shoot me a DM, or you share this with somebody who you think needs to hear this today, or even just go leave me a review, because you may not know somebody, but somebody out there could be looking for a podcast that resonates with them, and you leave me a review and they see it and they start listening. So do little things like that. It would really, really help a lot. Remember, if this is you, I see you and I hear you, and we're going to get through this together. I'm going to share with you my Everlywell results when I get them back. And again, make sure you listen next week, because I think it's going to be a really great one. I'm so thankful for you all. And until next week, this is our Midlife Edit. Let's make it a damn good chapter. Thanks, everyone.